Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, aka BGFH, and I am back for another iOS, accessible iOS game video, actually. Could be a video, might be a couple of videos, I'm not sure, because we are going to try a kind of a accessible Let's Play here. We are going to be looking at a title called...
Page 3 of 5, adjustable.
No.
My day off work.
There
Double
you go.
tap to open.
My day off work. This is a game I picked up. I heard about it on AppleViz a few weeks ago as I'm recording this. And yeah, it's just kind of like sort of an interactive text adventure sort of a thing. I guess there's a whole bunch of different paths you can go down, a whole bunch of endings you can get. So yeah, I don't know. I guess you get a day off work. I have not even opened the app yet, so like I said, we're going to learn what this thing is together. I thought it would just be, it seemed like some kind of a thing that people would be into. I really liked playing that Alter Ego game, and it seems like that was pretty popular on the channel. And yeah, I don't know, this seems like it could be something interesting. So let's just dive right in. I think this is actually a voiceover accessible game. It's a largely text, so...
My day off work.
My day off work.
Double. My day off work. Home. Heading.
Okay, so we got our main menu here. Let's unmute it just to see if we have any background music. Nope, doesn't seem to be. Well, we'll leave it on for now, and then I'll mute it later if I have to. So, visually... the buttons are pretty small, but they, and everything's kind of got this kind of light look to it right now.
Play button.
So we got a play button.
Restart. Dimmed. Upgrade button.
Restart. Oh, upgrade. What is that?
Upgrade button. More games button. Subscribe button. About button. Settings button.
Okay, so we've got...
Advertisement. Link. Image.
Add.
Settings button. Settings
Let's go
button.
into settings really
Home.
fast.
Back button. Returns. Change the size and color of the text.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Return to the game. Change the size and color of the text. Change the size and color of the text. My day off work. Change the size and return to the game. Make the text bigger. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 6. Make the text smaller. Radio. Use a black background. Radio button. Unchecked.
Oh,
4 of 6.
yeah. Bring
Check.
it on. Use a black background? Heck yeah.
Make the text bigger. Radio button.
Yeah.
Unchecked. 2
We'll
of
make
6.
it bigger.
Check. Make the text. Use a sepia background. Use a black background. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 6.
Oh, so you can't use... That's really interesting. You can't use... large text and a dark background? That seems kind of like an oversight. You think you'd want to uncouple, you have 2 separate radio buttons for the text size, and then the color would be its own. That's sort of interesting. Well, we're going to use VoiceOver to speak it, so I'm going to prefer...
Use a black background.
A black background.
Check. Use a sepia background. Use a white background. Next button.
Next.
Next.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, I like where this is going.
Make the text smaller. Radio button. Make the text bigger.
Oh, so I might be able to...
Make the text
Let's try
bigger.
this.
Checked.
So I'll do that.
Next button.
Next.
Next.
Oh, weird. Okay, so that's an interesting way to handle that. You're basically applying one thing at a time. It's kind of like a little wizard of sorts. That's an interesting way to go about it. I guess it allows you to do... If I wanted to, I could probably...
Make the text smaller. Radio. Make the text bigger.
So I could incrementally make it bigger. I get the interface. Especially for like a basic user or a new user, I can see this being really a neat way to go. For an advanced user, I would, for text size, I would just like, hey, give me a slider and go, let me make it as big or as small as I want. Or, have a couple of different little buttons for different, colors and just end it that way. But yeah, that's kind of neat. So let's go done.
Home. Back button.
Home.
Heading.
Okay, and...
Setting. About. Button.
About.
Subscribe. Button. More games. Upgrade. Button.
I want to see what this upgrade
Home.
is,
Back
because...
button. Remove in-game advertisements.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Remove advertising. Remove in-game advertisement. Buy it now for $3.99. Button.
You know what? I am going to do that because for the sake of this video, I don't want ads in the middle of the game. I don't want to have to deal with them. And the game is an accessible title, so we, put your money where your mouth is. Let's support developers that actually support us, support accessibility.
Buy it now for $3.99.
Sure, why not?
Buy it now for
$4 seems like a
$3.99.
pretty
Alert,
reasonable
home, back button.
Apple ID or Touch ID.
Buy it now for home, back button.
And let there
Alert,
be no
you're all
more
set.
ads. Yay!
Your purchase was successful. Okay. Button.
Okay.
Remove in-game advertisements.
I sure
Remove
did.
advertising. Home, back button.
Okay.
Home,
now
heading.
we will have, see, now that ad bar on the bottom is gone. We won't have any in-game ads. We can enjoy this game at our leisure. And
About, subscribe, more games, share, button, restart,
maybe
dimmed,
we'll look,
button,
well,
more games,
before we
button.
get into the game, let's just see what other game.
Selected, App
is this
Store,
gonna go?
in today, back button. Cannot connect to App Store.
Oh, probably because I have my mode turned on.
My day off
Okay,
work,
whatever.
home, play,
Let's
button.
play. So my day off work. What is this?
Play, button.
Your guess is as good as mine, except I know it's some sort of like an interactive textual adventure of sorts.
Home, back button.
Okay.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. My day off work, heading.
Okay.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Your phone's alarm is going off.
Okay.
Hit the snooze, radio button. Time to wake up, radio button. Turn it off and go back to sleep. Radio. Whoa, I'm already late for my run. Radio button. Unchecked. 4
Yeah,
4.
right. I'm not that motivated. It's a day off work. I'm a firm believer in, I could turn the alarm off. Like if I have a day off, let's just hit snooze.
Hit the snooze. Hit the snooze. Checked.
Okay.
Next button.
We'll go next.
Next.
All right.
You silence the alarm's persistent beeping and then roll over to catch a few more minutes sleep. No sooner does your arm drop back on the bed than you return to dreamland.
Uh-huh.
You're just about to walk into the gleaming white, marble-y LED and dragon-infested castle atop the hillside when, right on cue, the alarm goes off again and wakes you up. Normally you'd be going to work, but there was an electrical fire yesterday and they sent everybody home. Today you have the day off.
Okay. That's interesting. So, we don't want to sleep in too much because if I got to go to work again tomorrow, I don't want to completely wreck my schedule. That's sort of my theory. So, and all I'm going to do is basically use a little bit of Explore by Touch, and I'm going to do some flicking, to go in order. I mean, I'm on the iPhone 7 Plus here. The interface seems very straightforward. You got your title up here.
My day off work, heading.
You've got like a
Home, back button.
home button if I want to cancel out of the game and resume it later. And then it's just a sequential, you got a few paragraphs
You
here,
silence
blah,
the
blah,
alarm.
blah.
You're just about to walk into... Normally you'd be going to work, but
There
there
you
was an
go.
electrical
So-
fire. Hit the snooze again.
No.
Get out of bed. Radio. Go back to sleep. Radio. Next button. Go back. Get out of bed. Radio
get
button.
up.
Unchecked. 2 of 3. Checked. Next
And I'll
button.
go down to the bottom and hit
Next.
next.
A yawn and a stretch and you're up.
Okay.
First you check your phone. No new messages. The battery's at 50%. Charge it. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 3.
Yeah, I can't be
Checked.
I cannot be without my phone.
Take it with me. Leave it by... Next button. Leave it by the bed. Next button. Next. Now you need to put some non-sleeping clothes on. You plug the phone in.
Okay.
Now you need to put some non-sleeping clothes on. No, I don't. Radio button. Shower first and then put on some decent clothes. Radio button. Just put on whatever crap I can find. Not only am I not putting new clothes on, I'm buck naked. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4. Just put on. Not only am I not putting new clothes on, I'm buck naked. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4. Just shower first and then put on some decent clothes.
I
Radio
need to
button.
shower.
Unchecked. 2 of 4.
Just seems like
Checked.
the right thing to do.
Next button. Next.
Wake up a little bit. All right.
You treat this like any proper morning and don't emerge until you are presentable to polite society.
No, I don't. I do it because I need to wake up, and showers are actually rather helpful for that. They feel pretty good.
Check yourself out in the mirror.
No.
No, I already know what I look like. Radio. Sure, but just to make sure I don't have like a seed. Yes, to get a good look at myself. Next button. Yeah, sure. No, I already know what I look like. Radio button. Check.
Exactly.
Check.
I don't
Next
care.
button. Next. Yes, and sit down to watch. Turn on the TV. Yes, and sit down to watch. Radio button. Yes, but just have it on in the background for noise. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 4.
That seems like a good idea.
Check. No. Radio button. No. I want to check my computer instead. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4.
You know what? I don't do much TV these days. I'm going to change my opinion here. We're going to do a computer instead
Check.
because, hey,
No. I want to check my computer instead. Next
we're going to
button.
do that.
Next.
Okay?
You grab your laptop and open it up. What are you looking for? To check the news. Radio button. Checked.
Porn.
1 of 6.
No.
I want to write the news. Radio button. Get up to date on what my friends are doing. Radio. See what's new on the interactive fiction forum. Radio. Kitten videos. What else is there? Porn. What else is there? Really? Radio button. Unchecked. 6 of 6.
Oh man, I didn't know that was going to be an option. You know what? We're going to do this just because I can't believe it was there. Let's just see where this goes.
Check.
We're going to make this entertaining.
Porn. What else is there? Really? Porn. What else is there? Check.
All right.
Next button.
Let's do it.
Next. Some people wake up with coffee. Others. Just keep it clean and non-explorative, please. Sure thing. Radio button. Checked. What kind of jackass plays a choice script game if they actually want to surf internet porn? Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of. Don't tell me what kind of porn to enjoy. Radio button. Sorry, not listening. I'm busy with something. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4.
Oh, let's
Don't.
see.
What kind of jackass plays a choice script game if they actually want to surf internet porn? Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 4.
That's an interesting answer.
Checked. Next button. Next.
I want to see where this goes.
Since you didn't go running, this is now your second chance to leave the house. Unless you want to stay home, of course. Head out. Radio button. Hang out at home. Radio button. You know what? Let's go to the beach. Radio button. Unchecked.
No,
3 of 3.
beaches, I don't really care about the beach. I'm a nerd.
Hang out at home. Radio button. Unchecked. Head out. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 3.
Day off work.
Hang out at home. Radio
Let's
button.
hang out
Unchecked.
at home and
2
see
of
what
3.
happens. Maybe we'll find something online or...
Checked. Next button. Next.
Okay.
You're in no hurry to go anywhere. Sometime later you're sitting in front of your computer, doing your computer things, when there's a knock at the door. You don't really know anybody in the building and you're not expecting visitors.
Okay.
Then you hear it again. Knock, knock.
Mm-hmm.
Stop looking at porn and answer the door. Radio button. Checked. 1 of... I'm spending the morning looking at porn. I don't want any distractions. Radio button. Unchecked. Go back to sleep. Radio button. Next button. Stop looking at porn and answer the door.
All right.
Stop looking. Checked.
Now, here's my question. I'm stopped looking at it, but was I smart enough to actually close the browser window? That's what I want to know, because my luck, it'll be like somebody like, oh, okay, there's a nice girl coming in, and then like, oh, dude, you're looking at porn. Okay, that's awkward.
Next.
All
button.
right, let's see what's...
Next. You were just getting into some stuff you've seen before. That can always wait. Of course, since you've been surfing internet porn, your mind now assumes a knock at the door can only mean one thing. The music's already begun playing in your head.
Okay.
Next button.
I don't even get a choice.
Next.
So what happens now?
You look through the peephole and see the guy who's your neighbor from down the hall. He seems friendly enough. You'll trade smiles when you're taking out the trash or going to the elevator or something. He lives alone and works in some field that seems to make him a decent amount of money.
Okay.
You open the door. Hey, he says sheepishly, it's your neighbor. I'm Ken, by the way. Sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if you could help me with my oven. You're genuinely unsure what he's talking about. What do you mean? My folks are coming to see my place today, he explains, and to meet my girlfriend. He pauses for effect, just to emphasize that this is a big deal. I wanted to cook some lunch for everybody, you know, to put people at ease. But I've got this fancy gas oven and I can't figure out how to turn it on. I don't cook much. I've knocked on a few doors and you're the only one home.
Okay.
You remember seeing lots of appliances being moved into Ken's apartment when he first moved in last year. He must have renovated his kitchen with high-end stuff he doesn't know how to use. Help him out. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 4.
Yeah, you know.
Help him out. Radio button. Checked.
I think
1
I
of 4.
should be able to manage that.
Checked. Page 3 of 3.
What other choices
Hey,
do we have?
he says sheepishly.
Oh.
It's your name. Page 3 of 3.
Hey, come on,
Page 1
knock
of
it
page
off.
3 of. Hey, he says sheepishly. You're my folk. You remember seeing. Help. Ask what's in it for
There's a
me.
little
Radio button.
focus in
Unchecked.
there.
2 of. Tell him I can't help. Radio button. Start unzipping my pants while saying in my best porno voice, I'd love to fix your oven. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4.
Oh man, okay, so this is definitely not rated G, I'm assuming. No, I don't want to go that far. I'm not that much of a weirdo, but that'll give you guys some incentive to try it for yourself if you so wish.
Next button.
That's hilarious.
Next. Yeah, sure. You answer to an instantly relieved looking Ken. Let's have a look. Ken's got a nice place. It's the same basic apartment as yours, more or less, but Ken's got high-end everything. Expensive electronics, a fully loaded kitchen, some nice furniture, and a couple pieces of what look like actual artwork on the walls. Most people you know have posters of artwork. Ken's got the real thing. There's uncooked food on the kitchen island and an oven beyond. I can't figure out how to get it hot, Ken says about his shiny appliance. You turn the knob and it just clicks a bunch of times, but it never starts actually cooking. There's a slight smell of gas in the air, not strong enough to be alarming, but definitely noticeable nonetheless. Ken's got a gas oven that isn't lighting.
Okay, gas leak or hose isn't hooked up or
Page
something.
2 of 2. There's a slight smell of gas in... No way I'm fiddling with a malfunctioning gas oven. Radio button. Checked. The pilot light must be out. Light it. Isn't there a toaster oven or something he can use? Radio button. Offer to let him use my oven. Radio button. Next button. Offer to let him use my oven. Isn't there a toaster oven or something he can use? Radio button. Unchecked. Checked.
I don't like the gas smell because, I mean, a pilot light, I'm gonna go with
Page 202. Next button.
Give him an
Next.
alternative.
No, nothing big enough to make a dent. It's oven or bust. I can't help him. Radio. I tried to fix Ken's oven. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 3. I offer my own. Radio button. I tried to fix Ken's oven. Radio button.
We can
Unchecked.
try to
2
fix
of 3.
it. Sure, why not?
Checked.
Since we're already
Next
here.
button. Next.
I'm gonna pretend I know what I'm doing.
Sure enough, there's no flame where the pilot light should be. You take care of that problem and then get the oven working in no time.
Okay.
You're a hero. With a working oven, Ken is eventually able to get everything cooked to his satisfaction. I'm a lot better at cooking stuff, he says, than fixing them. This is great. With a couple plates of food and some extra appetizers on the side, Ken's big family meal is finally ready.
Uh-huh.
As a token of thanks, he also invites you to join them. Lunch with Ken's family sounds great. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 2. No thanks. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 2. Lunch with Ken's family sounds great. Radio button.
Free food?
Checked. 1 of
Why
2.
not?
Checked. Next button.
Sure, we'll do free food.
Next. You take him up on it.
Okay.
What's on the menu anyway? Button. What's on the menu anyway?
Yeah, I wish I would have known that first.
Lots of good stuff. Clearly Ken was trying desperately hard to please his dad, who's some kind of important corporate type, and his mom, who's clearly the chef in the family, and his girlfriend, who looks surprisingly bemused by it all. You all sit down to have lunch together, with the others not unexpectedly wondering just where you came from. Soon enough, though, they welcomed you. You're a helpful icebreaker. Do my best to get to know everyone. Radio button. Focus just on eating my own food and then leaving. Radio button. Is this a liquid lunch? Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3. Next button. Is this a focus just on eating my own food and then leave? Do my best to get to know everyone. Radio button. Checked. 1 of
We'll
3.
be sociable. Like I said, I wanna
Checked.
make the video interesting. We'll see where
Next button.
some conversations
Next.
lead.
This has been a great lunch for you. As you head to the door, you thank Ken's dad again for the job offer.
Oh,
My day off work. Heading.
hold on.
This has been my day home. My day off. This has been a great lunch for you. As you head to the door, you thank Ken's dad again for the job offer.
Oh, okay. I got a job offer. Heck yeah.
It's my pleasure, he answers honestly. You're a very impressive candidate. I'd love to talk more about it now, but duty calls. I'm sure you understand. He looks over at Ken's mom and then winks at you before pulling a couple of theater tickets out of his jacket pocket. For tonight's show, he says, one of the most popular offerings in town. My wife and I have already seen it twice. And of course the kids here don't have any interest, since they're idiots, but you seem like a solid person. The kind I'd like to hire. So here, they're yours. He puts the theater tickets in your hand and smiles warmly. Give him a big bear hug. Radio button. Slap him on the back. Radio button. Kiss him on the cheek. Radio. Shake his hand. Radio button. Unchecked. 4
That
of
seems
4.
like a good idea. Shake his
Check.
hand.
Next button. Next. He shakes it back. It's a manly shake, full of vigor and assertiveness, accompanied by a gaze directly into your eyes. Ken's dad has clearly shaken many hands, and his firm shake not only assures you of his virile integrity, it also puts you completely at ease. Perhaps you'll go chop wood in Montana or ride horses through the plains of New Mexico or something.
Okay.
For now, however, you simply leave Ken's apartment. Now you're back home. Next button.
Okay.
Next.
So, this is sort of interesting. We'll see where things go from here.
There are paths galore.
Okay, let's see.
My day off work. Heading. There are paths galore. Get something to eat in the kitchen. Radio button. Checked.
No,
1 of
I
5.
already ate, so I don't need to do that.
Suddenly I feel like I'm wasting this opportunity. Let's do something. Radio button. Unchecked. Do.
What?
Go back to sleep. Radio button. Something. Go back to find somebody to go to the theater with me. Radio button. You know what? Let's go to the beach. Radio button. Unchecked. Find somebody to go to the theater with me. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 5.
May as well go to the theater, since we got
Check.
the free tickets.
Next button.
Sounds like a good idea.
Next. My day off work. You call up your good friend from work and tell her how you just got these 2 tickets to a play tonight.
Ah, okay, here we go. Gonna go on a date, maybe. A female coworker, anyway. I guess it doesn't really say, what gender you are, but, you could treat it anyway. It's just putting you in the shoes of yourself, apparently. So.
How'd you get them? She asks. From the guy who just hired me for a new job. Radio button. Checked. Wait, I don't want to tell my work friend that. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 2.
So here's the problem. I only have these 2 choices, and I don't feel like I have enough context. What do I know about this girl that I'm talking to? What kind of job am I in? Am I in a good job? Am I in a crappy job? Am I looking for something better? what is the new job? Even if it isn't, even if I'm considering it, is she going to rat me out to my current boss and then I don't have any job?
Wait, I don't want to
No,
tell
we're
my
not
work
going to
friends
say
that.
anything to her
Check.
about it
Next
yet.
button. Next.
Okay.
My day off work. Yeah, you're not sure you're ready yet to spill the beans. Maybe there's some higher ups at work you should tell first. Or something.
Exactly.
Anyway, you just fudged it a bit. My neighbor's dad, you say, truthfully. They invited me for lunch, which is true, and we hit it off, which is also true, and he gave me the tickets as he was leaving, which, again, is true.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that when you eventually tell everyone you're leaving to go work for Ken's dad, your friend gets really upset. But that's another story for another day.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, she'd love to go. See you tonight, she says. You might have a little explaining to do, but hey, that's what makes life interesting. You'll just have to remember to be at the theater uptown at 8 p.m. tonight.
8 p.m.
It's 1 p.m.
Okay.
Next button.
1 o'clock p.m.
Next.
All right.
My day off work. There are paths galore.
Okay.
Go outside. Radio. Go back to sleep. Radio. Sit by the window and watch what's going on outside. Radio. Just hang out at home. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4. Sit by the window and watch what's going on outside. Radio button. Unchecked.
Okay,
3 of
so
4.
it's not...
Just hang. Next button. Just hang
I
out
don't
at
get the
home.
beach
Radio
option
button.
anymore,
Unchecked.
which is
4
fine.
of 4.
I don't care anyway. So I can hang out at home and do something. I can watch out the window. So I'm guessing if I do that, I'm gonna see something happening, or you know what? Let's do that actually, because
Sit by the window and watch what's going on outside. Radio
maybe
button.
we'll see some crazy
Check.
crime or something, or we'll have to help somebody, or I'm guessing that's the way these games usually work. Is it will give us make a choice and we'll get some opportunity.
Next button. Next.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. Something in my throat a little bit here.
My day off work. You pull a rear window thing and start looking around. There are people down on the street, of course, and there are also people in the buildings across from you.
Okay.
Focus on the street. Radio button. Focus on the apartment building. Radio button. Focus on the office building. Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3. Focus on the street. Radio
look
button.
down at the
Checked.
street.
1 of 3.
Why not?
Checked. Next button. Next.
Okay.
My day off work. Head. Your gaze turns downward. You're home. Go to the theater. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 6.
It doesn't really say what time it is. Like, what is it now? 2 o'clock or?
Your gaze turns downward. You're home. Go to the theater. Go to sleep. Radio. Watch TV. Radio button. Use my computer. Radio button. Go see what Ken's up to. Radio button. Hit the streets. Radio button. Unchecked. 6 of 6.
Yeah, let's hit the streets. Why not? Let's see
Checked.
what happens.
Next button. Next.
Okay.
My day off work. Heading.
All I'm doing is just starting at the very top again and then flicking right.
You go down and out. It's 2 p.m. A woman walking a German Shepherd stops as you pass by and asks, would you like to pet it? Go to a museum. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 8. Go for a stroll. Radio button. Go to the park. Radio button. Go sit in a coffee shop. Radio button. Go shopping. Radio button. Go to the library. I go back upstairs and into my place. Radio. I would love to pet some random person's German Shepherd. Radio button. Next button.
My luck, I'll get bit. They're baiting me to do it. Where do I want to go?
Go to a museum. Go for a stroll. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 8.
A museum could be fun.
Go to a museum. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 8.
There's a
check.
science museum in my town that I would really like to. I should really get around to
Page
going
2 of
to
2.
again.
Next button.
So let's do
Next.
that. Why not?
You ignore this woman. My day off work.
Oh.
You ignore this woman and her German Shepherd and do something else instead. Whatever that was about remains a mystery. Make today learning day. Button.
Okay.
Make today learning day. My day off work. The museum is a big neoclassical edifice right at the edge of the park. It's a city institution. Big steps lead up to the door and there are banners hanging down from the roof. Fortunately, today happens to be the free admission day, so you're in for nothing. There's also a special exhibit going on called Hollywood Fantasy, but that ticket costs extra. Leave a donation anyway. Radio button. Check. Buy an annual membership with my credit card. Radio button. Buy a ticket for Hollywood Fantasy. Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 5. Walk right in. Radio button. Buy a ticket for Hollywood Fantasy. Radio button.
Let's
Unchecked.
do that. Why not?
Checked. Walk right. Use my VIP card. Dimmed. Next button. Next.
Okay. So apparently I would have had a VIP card maybe had I done something else in the story. So yeah. Let's
My
see
day
what
off
we get
work.
here.
General admission is free today, but special exhibits are extra. They always are. You don't have any cash. However, an annual museum membership will get you in, and for that, you can use a credit card.
Oh.
Buy one with my credit card. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 2.
Doesn't say how
You don't have.
much.
Buy one with my credit card. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 2.
Watch, I'll do this, and then I won't have any money for... Oh, no, I got the free tickets to the theater, so never mind. Yeah, why
Check.
not, since we're here?
Not worth it. Radio. Next. Button.
Why not?
Next. My day off work. Done. The special exhibit gallery is down the back past the Renaissance wing.
Ooh, okay, we got Renaissance, we got Hollywood. Got some interesting stuff in here.
You stand in the huge central atrium and look around. There are tourists and school groups and art lovers everywhere. They've got a little bit of everything here. Painting, sculpture, modern, ancient, western, eastern. There's likely to be a world-class collection of more or less any type of art you want to see.
Okay.
It's 3 p.m. The museum closes at 5 p.m., so you have 2 hours left. You're at the museum entrance. The exit is here, as is the gift shop, plus you can walk through to either the Greco-Roman, ancient Egyptian, or medieval exhibits. The other exhibit halls are beyond them. The cafeteria is above the Egyptian exhibit and the bathrooms are beneath the medieval room. Go to the Egyptian exhibit, radio button, check. Go to Greco-Roman, radio button. Go medieval on this place, radio button, uncheck.
Yeah,
3
we
of
gotta
5.
go medieval. Definitely.
Check. Exit, radio button. Go into the gift shop, radio, next, button. Next.
Okay.
My day off work. You walk north towards the medieval hall, which also has arms and armor.
What time did they say that it was? Was it at 8 o'clock? I think we had to be to the theater, and so this closes at 5. That gives us 3 more hours. Okay.
This is a long hall with suits.
what
You
we
walk
got
north
here.
towards the medieval hall, which also has arms and armor.
Okay.
This is a long hall with suits of armor standing all along the walls, large tapestries and banners hanging from the rafters, and a reproduction of mounted, armored cavalry in the room center. Knights on horseback gallop in place, looking as though they are about to spear some unsuspecting tourist with their lenses.
Cool.
From here you can go south into the entry hall, west to the Renaissance gallery, north to the Impressionists, or east into the Japanese garden. Go into the Impressionism hall, radio button. Go back to the entry hall, radio. Go to the Renaissance hall, radio button, unchecked. Go to the Japanese gardens, radio button, unchecked. 4 of 5. Go to the Renaissance hall.
Let's go to the Renaissance hall.
Go to the
Why
Renaissance,
not?
checked. Go to, look around here some more, radio button, next, button. Next.
Okay.
My day off work. You're in the Renaissance wing. It's mostly comprised of works collected by the widow of a very wealthy 19th century steel magnate who lived down the street from here. From here you can walk north to the modern art wing, east to medieval stuff, or south to the Greco-Roman gallery. You can also go west into the special exhibit gallery, which is currently showing Hollywood fantasy.
Yeah, well, since we were going to do that anyway, I think that's where we're going to head next.
Some tourists walk by you, excited. Hey, one says, did you hear? Bryce Posnan is walking around.
Who?
Who's that? His friend asks. Does he sell underwear?
Huh.
No, answers the first one. You're thinking of the mayor's wife. She's got almost the same name. Bryce Posnan played that guy in that movie. Go on a Bryce Posnan hunt. Radio button. Checked. 1 of... Go to Hollywood Fantasy in the special exhibit wing. Radio button. Unchecked. 2.
We're going to
Check.
go to the Hollywood thing.
Page 2 of 2.
What else can we do?
Next. Button. Some tourists walk by you.
Oh,
Who's...
quit
No.
it.
Go on a... Go to Hollywood Fantasy. Go to the modern wing. Radio... Go to Greco-Roman. Go into the medieval hall. Look around some more. Radio... Next. Button. Next.
Okay.
My day off work. You walk up to the ticket booth. The ticket taker takes your ticket, only 1 entry per person, and sends you right in.
Okay.
You're in a large room that doesn't really resemble any other part of the museum. There are lots of movie posters and other advertising signs, and the place is full of machines, video screens, and electronic gadgets that make the place look more like a toy store or science museum gift shop than anything else. The kids and their parents running around are having a great time, and there are a bunch of cool things to look at.
Okay.
Explore the science of FTL travel. Radio button. Checked.
Ooh.
1. Take the Are You a Replicant? Test. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 6.
Ooh, that could be interesting, too.
Just look around. Radio button. Unchecked. Play the Wizards and Warriors game. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 6.
Oh, man, I want to do that, too.
Bryce Posnan has to be here, right? Radio button. Unchecked. 5. Has. To be. Leave. Next. Button. Leave. Leave. To be here, right? Has. Has. Bryce Posnan. Bryce Posnan has to play the Wizards and Warriors game.
Wizards and Warriors. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is there was a classic NES game called called Wizards and Warriors. It was pretty hard,
Play the wizard.
but
Check.
it was pretty fun. Let's try it. Let's
Page
try
2
it.
of 2. Page 2 of
I
2.
kind of want to do
Next.
the replicant
Button.
thing and all that too, but I'm going
Next.
to run out of time, I bet.
My day off work. There's a camera that takes your photo. Then your snapshot gets displayed on a big video projector, and a screen in front of you lists a bunch of spells you can invoke that will change parts of your appearance. A wand, that's really a light pen attached to a heavy-duty anti-theft chain, lets you point to your selection and then wave as if you are casting the spell yourself.
Okay. Basically, simple VR or AR, whatever.
Phenom Chickinum. Radio button. Check.
A what?
1 of 6. Rear endus grandiosus. Radio button. Nostrilum gigantum. Radio. Beardus elongus. Radio button. Earime aviatorum. Radio. Yeah, I'm done with these spells. Radio button. Earime. Beardus elongus. Radio button.
There we go.
Unchecked. 4.
That'll give
Check.
you a beard, I'm sure.
Earime. Yeah. Next. Button. Next.
Okay.
My day off work. Shazam. You give yourself a troll's beard that hangs all the way down to your feet.
Yep, thought so.
Any more spells?
Nah.
Phenom Chickinum. Radio button. Rear endus grandiosus. Nostrilum gigantum. Radio button. Irimes aviatorum.
You can
Radio
kind of
button.
tell what a
Unchecked.
lot of
4
these
of
are going
5.
to do. They're, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, I'm done with these spells. Radio button.
Yeah, I'm
Unchecked.
done.
5. Check. Next. Button. Next.
Not quite what I thought it would be, but...
My day off work. The screen shows your finished product. Other than a body-length beard. You look normal. What else do you want to do? Explore the science of FTL travel. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 5. Take the Are You a Replicant? Test. Radio button.
Yeah,
Unchecked.
let's do that.
2 of 5.
That sounds
Checked.
fun.
Just Bryce has to be leave. Next button. Next.
Okay, ooh, we got a lot of stuff here.
My day off. There's an alcove with half a dozen semi-private computer screens and chairs. You have to wait your turn, but eventually you take a seat and the presentation begins. First you type in your name and address. Then there are some flashy introductions, including lots of special effects taken straight from several movies. Then there's an ad for one of the corporations sponsoring this whole exhibit. So before having your psyche probed to find out whether you're a replicant, you watch children skipping through sunflowers while the voiceover lists a dozen side effects for a name brand antidepressant. Then a man in a beige suit appears on the screen in front of you. He sits down behind a desk, opens up some fancy contraption that looks like an overhead projector with a 1920s microphone sticking out of it, and turns it on. A real microphone sticks out to pick up your answers, and an actual light shines from a bulb to the side of the screen and goes right into your eye. Then the man in the beige suit begins talking. Response time is a factor, he intones, so please listen carefully and answer my questions as quickly as you can.
Okay.
Is this part of the test button? Is this part of the test button? Is this part of the test?
That's the only thing I had.
My day off work. The questions come rapid fire. You're a bus driver. It's time for you to start your route, but you can't take the driver's seat because there's an injured puppy resting on it. The puppy is whimpering, nursing its paw and looking at you. Oh, poor puppy. Radio button. How did the dog get inside my bus in the first place? I moved the dog off the seat. Radio button. Unchecked. How did the dog get inside my bus in the first? Check.
Sure.
I moved. Next. Next. Button. Next. My day off work. A handsome, well-dressed man stops you on the sidewalk. He's got a little girl with him. He asks if you can spare 25 cents so he can buy his daughter a switchblade.
What?
My day off. A handsome, well-dressed man stops you on the sidewalk. He's got a little girl with him. He asks if you can spare 25 cents so he can buy his daughter a switchblade.
A well-dressed man, and he's wanting to buy his daughter? That doesn't add up.
You can't buy a switchblade for 25 cents. Radio button.
Well, that
Check.
too.
1 of 3. Is the little girl his daughter? Radio button. Do I know this guy? Radio button. You can't buy a switchblade for 25 cents. Check. Do I know that? Next. Button. Next.
Okay.
My day off. You're married to your high school sweetheart. One night, just as you're about to make love, your spouse asks what you want for breakfast the next morning. You answer by putting on your warmest wool sweater and then turning on the air conditioning.
Okay.
That makes no sense. Radio button. Check. Is that some hidden inside joke? Radio button. Uncheck. How cold does the air conditioning make it? Radio button. Uncheck. Is that some hidden inside joke? Radio button. Uncheck.
I guess.
2 of 3.
I don't know.
Checked. How cold? Next. Button. Next. My day off. You're brushing your teeth when you notice a spider crawl out of the drain in the sink. The spider climbs up your arm, onto your shoulder, and then smiles at you. I kill it. Radio button. How can a spider smile? Radio button. I will never let a spider crawl on me like that. Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3.
That would be my first inclination. Well, I mean, I'd probably kill the thing, but I wouldn't let it get there. Like, if it was going to start to crawl on me, I would like, no, you're not going to crawl over me. So we're going to go that
Checked.
way.
Next. Button. Checked.
Come on.
Next. I will never let a spider crawl on me like that. Next. Button. I
Is
will
that
never let it.
checked
I
or
will
not?
never.
Let's
Next.
see.
Button.
Okay.
Next. My day off work. Somebody leaves a pornographic calendar on your desk at work. You show it to your boss. He likes it so much he puts it on his office door so everyone working there can see it. Who left me the calendar? Radio button. I wouldn't let him. I should be enough for him. Radio button. That's a classic example of workplace harassment. Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3.
Harassment. That's
Check.
pretty good. All right, you know what?
Next
We're going to
button.
go with that. We have
Next.
to.
My day off work. Do you have any old family photos in your home? A few, but mostly of me and my family now. Radio button. I have a pretty big collection of them that I keep careful track of. They're all digitized. Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3.
They're all digitized.
Checked. Next. Button. Next.
Wonder how many questions there are in this quiz.
My day off work. How would you like to eat dinner every night in the rain at a walk-up sidewalk noodle bar? That's actually what I do. Radio button. That sounds dreadful. Radio button. Maybe once in a while. Yeah. But every night? No way. Radio button. Unchecked.
Yeah.
3 of. Checked. Next. Button.
Sounds right.
Next. My day off. You're in a restaurant. When the waiter arrives to take your order, he says you can have anything you want on the menu for half price. You ask what the catch is, and he says, baby seal.
I have no idea what that
Dum. Radio button. Checked. That's confusing. Radio button. Unchecked. Obviously nobody would ever want to eat baby seal in a restaurant. Radio button. Unchecked.
No, that's
3
not
of
where
3.
they're going. There's probably some stupid thing I'm not I'm not thinking of, because you got the whole
Ba-dum-dum. Radio button.
bum,
Checked.
you
1 of
know,
3.
the whole I'd. Um,
That's confusing. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 3. Ba-dum-dum. Radio
let's
button.
just do
Checked.
that
1 of 3.
because
That obvious. Next. Button.
that sounds amusing to
Next.
me.
My day off. You're at your office holiday party. One of your coworkers gives you a gift of perfume. She says it's made from ground rhinoceros horn.
Well, I don't like perfume anyway, so
I don't accept it. Radio button. What does it smell like? Radio. Did I get her something? Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3. Next. Button.
you can't really turn them down.
Did I get her something? Radio button.
I can always
Unchecked.
dispose
3
of
of
it
3. What does
later.
it smell like? Did I get her something? Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3.
Sure.
Next. Button.
This is weird.
Next. My day off work. Then there's a pause. You're about to say something when
What?
my day off work. Heading. Then there's a pause. You're about to say something when the man on the screen starts speaking again.
Oh.
What does it mean to be alive? That your heart is pumping blood to your brain. Radio button. That you have a soul. Radio button. That you're not dead. Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3.
Okay, so do I go
That your heart is pumping blood to your brain. Radio
scientific
button. Checked. 1 of 3.
explanation?
That you have a soul. Radio button.
More
Unchecked. 2
spiritual.
of 3. That you're not dead. Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3.
Or a smartass? You know, I'm going to be the smartass because,
Checked.
of course, we are.
Next. Button. Next. My day off. Somebody keeps leaving origami unicorns outside your door. Just these little paper things that are small and innocuous enough you sometimes step on them when you're leaving the house. They're onto me. Radio button. Check. That sounds menacing. Radio button. I've got a friend on the inside. Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 3.
Sure.
Checked. Next.
I
Button.
kind of want to go on to the next thing. I don't know really how long this is.
Next. My day off. It's the middle of the night and there's a bird singing loudly outside your bedroom window. The song is beautiful. You lie there, listening to it, enjoying the lovely sounds. Finally the police show up and arrest the bird for disturbing the peace. That's absurd. Radio button. Free bird. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 3. Well, you can't break the law, so, radio button. Unchecked. Free bird. Radio button.
Done.
Unchecked. 2 of 3.
Bird. Done.
Checked. Well, next. Next. Button. Next.
Okay.
My day off work. Tell me about your mother. What do you want to know? Radio. This question makes me angry for some reason. Radio. She's dead, alright? Can I go now? Radio button. Unchecked. This question makes me angry for some reason.
No.
Radio button. Unchecked. What do you want to know? Radio button. Checked. 1 of 3.
Sure.
This. She's. Next. Button. Next. My day off. One final question. The man in the beige suit says, how are you doing? Are you That's 2.
Oops.
One final question. The man in the beige suit says, how are you doing? Are you comfortable? I hope this has been a pleasant enough test.
It's been kind of weird.
That's 2 questions. Radio button. Checked. One final question. The man in the beige suit says, how are you doing? Are you comfortable? I hope this has been a pleasant enough test. That's 2 questions. Radio button.
Tempting.
Checked. One of. It's been fine. Thanks for asking. Radio button. Is this still part of the test? Radio button. That's 2 questions.
That's
Radio
2
button.
questions. That seems
Check.
we're going for the snarky approaches apparently.
Is this next button? Next.
All right.
My day off work. The man in the beige suit leans back from his weird machine. The light shining in your eye goes off. That's it, he says as he puts his hands behind his head and smiles. Thank you very much for your time. Then there's a slightly awkward transition as the video on the screen cuts to something that was obviously filmed separately. He speaks again. I'm happy to say that you have passed the test. You are fully human.
Okay.
The screen goes blank before being replaced by a message that says please make way for the next test subject by exiting this machine as quickly as possible. Have a nice day. You turn around and see that there are, indeed, several people waiting, so up you go. Explore the science of FTL travel. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 3.
Yeah, we can try to do that really fast.
Checked. Just look. Leave Hollywood. Next. Button. Next. My day off. You wander into what is basically a giant advertisement for commercial science fiction. There are large projector screens all over the place, each one showing a different type of starship made popular by movies, TV, or books. There are starships traveling via hyperspace, warp drive, FTL jumps, ram scoop, black holes and slash or wormholes, spice navigation, and even really massive rockets that constantly burn thrust. The last kind, however, has not science stamped in big red letters across it.
So, I mean, I'm more into the science fiction though. Like, I've never been a big Star Trek fan. I like Star Wars, but I'm not obsessed with it like some people are. I'm actually more into like the, kind of more hard science fiction where it's somewhat related to reality or, like really technology based. And not necessarily, I mean, space is okay, but like I like more like actual technology stuff that's, maybe AI or, what would happen if what would happen if scenarios, like with different aspects of technology. Those things I think are really interesting to explore in science fiction.
Right, like any of this is science. Radio button. Check. 1. Thrusters only burn long enough to establish velocity. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 2.
Okay, we'll be a nerd. And
Checked.
we'll just say that.
Next button.
Okay.
Checked.
Come on.
Next button. Next. My day off. Flitting across all the screens, as though the screens are just windows into a larger, continuous world, is perhaps the most annoying character in the entire museum. Shooter. Shooter is the museum's attempt at creating a hip, dynamic, marketable entity that connects with the plugged-in kids of today's youth generation. Shooter has a pop collar, backwards baseball cap, and sunglasses. He gets around by hoverboard and seems to communicate mostly via name phrases and social media posts.
Ugh, that just seems dreadful. That sounds like a corporate suit. Like in the 80s, remember those anti-drug things where you always had some animal or some person on a skateboard and sunglasses and gotta talk all hip and cool, for the kiddies. And, even kids see right through that, It's just, they're trying way too hard and just completely missing the point.
Shooter's main purpose seems to be to lead visitors towards the build your own FTL ship game. There's a line of people waiting for one of the many consoles, but it doesn't take long for you to get your turn. When you sit down, the fun really begins. Shooter pops right up onto the screen. "What's up?" he says through a brainless grin. "Did you know FTL stands for fiercer than locusts? Nah, I'm just joshing you, brah. It really stands for faster than light." And here the letters F, T, and L pop up above Shooter's head, which means faster than, like, the fastest thing we know in the whole universe. He says that last word just above a whisper, as though he were invoking some ancient ritualistic deity. Faster than you can recycle. Faster than you can share your fave new picture. Even faster than you can put on your hip outfit. Shooter sucks. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 3.
Yeah, kinda.
Nah, he's just lame. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 3.
Yeah, he sucks, but he's just more like, I'm gonna kind of go lame.
Cut Shooter some slack, guys. Next button. Cut Shooter some slack, guys working his ass off here. Next button. Next. My day off work. All right, peeps. Shooter announces, it's time to build your starship. First, what shape is it? Oblong, like a cucumber. Radio button. Pyramidal, like a star destroyer. Radio button. Dreadnoughty, like a 20th century battleship. Radio button. It doesn't need any kind of aerodynamic shape, since it's in space. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4. Pyramidal, like a star destroyer. Radio button.
Be
Unchecked.
Star destroyer.
Checked.
Why not?
It doesn't. Next button. Next. My day off. Shooter sticks up his thumb. Like. Then the word propulsion pops up.
Oops.
Shooter sticks up his thumb. Like.
Okay.
Then the word propulsion pops up. You need to move it. Shooter says, what's it gonna be? Solar sail. Radio button. Thrusters. Radio button. Wormhole. Radio button. Warp drive. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4. Thrusters. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 4.
Let's do...
Warp drive. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4.
Warp drive sounds alright.
Checked. Next button. Next. My day off. Shooter sends you a pretend text. URGR8. Then the final category, size, comes up, and you confess that under the circumstances, this topic could go anywhere. Shooter cuts to the chase. How big you gonna make it? Big enough to hold a city. Radio button. As big as an FTL starship needs to be given the shape and propulsion type selected. Radio button. The size of a car. Radio button. The size of an airplane. Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4.
Well, if we're gonna make a giant thing, we may as well make it
big enough to hold a city.
Big enough to hold the city. Why not? We're just gonna do this epic monstrosity.
My day off. Rather than critique your particular choice, Shooter just moves on to the finished product. A picture of a spaceship matching the characteristics you've chosen pops up on the screen. There's an option to email it to dayoffworkgame@gmail.com, but then Shooter says now just log on so you can tweet a picture of this to all your friends. You notice that the hashtag I love Shooter has already been attached to the draft tweet. What a great idea. Radio button. I don't tweet. Radio button. I'll tweet on my own terms. Thank you. Radio button. Email for me, please. Radio button. So this is what this whole thing was about. Radio button. Unchecked. 5 of 5.
Yeah.
Checked.
I don't know. I'm not feeling it. It just seems really too kind of generic. Like.
This is what this whole next button. Next.
Just not feeling it.
My day off. Yeah, you figured it out. This is all about marketing. Everything is all about marketing. But now that you're done and have nothing else to offer, Shooter shoos you away. Catch ya later. There are new customers behind you and just look around. Radio button. Leave Hollywood Fantasy. Radio button.
Yeah,
unchecked.
let's leave Hollywood Fantasy.
Next button. Next.
So I think we're going to keep going. Like I said, it is called a day off work. So we're going to go through a whole day. I'm guessing we're probably getting, if it's not this screen, we're going to be getting very close to closing time here.
My day off work.
5 o'clock.
You go through the clearly marked exit doorway and come back out into the Renaissance wing. You're in the Renaissance wing. It's mostly comprised of works collected by the widow of a very wealthy 19th century steel magnate who lived down the street from here. From here you can walk north to the modern art wing, east to medieval stuff, or south to the Greco-Roman gallery. You can also go west into the special exhibit gallery, which is currently showing Hollywood fantasy. Closing time. The guards not so gently usher you and the other visitors back out of the museum.
Okay.
It's a nice night for a walk. The city at night is a bit harder to get around, so you can stay either downtown, which is the oldest part of the city and full of clubs, trendy places and seedy stuff, or uptown, where the restaurants, movie and stage theaters, and public amenities are.
Well, we better go there since we actually have an appointment.
Take me downtown. Radio button. Check.
Let's see.
It's a nice night for a walk. The city at night is a bit harder to get around, so you can stay either downtown, which is the oldest part of the city and full of clubs, trendy places and seedy stuff, or uptown, where the restaurants, movie and stage theaters, and public amenities are.
Yeah, we gotta go uptown then.
Take me down. Uptown all the way. Radio button. Unchecked. 202.
I would rather probably... Well, I guess there's aspects of both that I would like. I'm not into the fancy stuff, like gimme your kind of, blue collar, just, simple. Like, I'm not into high society at all. So...
Next. Button. Next.
We'll leave it at that here. Okay,
My
so
day
now
off
we're
work.
uptown.
You're uptown.
And what time is it?
Look for that Ferrari. Dimmed. Radio button. Unchecked.
Yeah.
One. Find a street musician to listen to for a little bit. Radio button. Go to the park. Radio button. Go to a restaurant. Radio button. Go to the library. Radio. Go to a movie. Radio button. Just wander and see what I see. Radio button. Go to the play. Radio button. Unchecked. 8 of 10.
Well, I guess, like I said, it's not giving me any time, so I don't want to miss it. I'll
Check.
go to the place since I have... It's not just that I have a ticket... but that I have somebody else waiting for me, so I don't want to be a complete dick and brush her off.
Go downtown. Radio. Go home. Radio. Next. Button. Next.
Okay.
My day off. You go in and find your seats.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. For a minute there I was worried they might have been fake. Radio button. Check. 1 of 4. Am I early? Radio button. How's the audience? Radio button. Unchecked. 3 of 4. Am I early?
Yeah,
Radio
am I
button.
early?
Unchecked.
I have no idea
Check.
what time it
How's
is.
the So what is this play about anyway? Radio button. Unchecked. 4 of 4.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, let's do that instead.
Checked.
Because we're here, it doesn't matter if we're early or not.
Next. Button.
What is
Next.
it about?
My day off. Almost as soon as you sit down the curtain goes up on.
Oh.
Snowbird's No Job.
Duh.
The darkly comedic surprise hit about 2 Canadian couples who become aspiring cocaine dealers after a winter in South Florida.
Okay, that almost sounds kind of interesting.
The sets alone are supposed to be magnificent. When the first act opens in View, Quebec, the audience oohs and ahs. When the set changes to a palm tree-lined boulevard in Palm Beach, there's even scattered applause. The dialogue is also outstanding. At least, that much of it you can follow, including one witty exchange involving a clear double entendre concerning the sinking value of the Canadian dollar. But there's something interfering with your ability to pay attention. Somebody sitting near me has some seriously wandering hands. Radio button. Checked. 1 of 3. The woman behind me has been opening a crinkly cough drop wrapper for literally the last 10 minutes, and it's driving me homicidal. Radio button. Unchecked. 2 of 3. Who keeps farting? Radio button. Unchecked. Next. Button.
Oh, you know what? I kind of got to go to the homicidal.
Who keeps farting? The woman behind me has been opening a crinkly cough drop wrapper for literally the last 10 minutes, and it's driving me homicidal. Radio button. Unchecked.
Just because I like that description, farting, okay, that's amusing too.
Who
But
keep
that's
farting?
like the easy fart
Next.
joke,
Next. Button. Next. My day off. Just opened it already. 3 exclamation marks. It's like water torture or nails on a chalkboard. She's obviously trying to be quiet about it, but in her slow movement, all she's doing is stretching the noise out interminably. You clutch at the armrest and fidget in your seat in a desperate attempt to control yourself.
Okay, what's going to happen?
Finally she finishes and you give quiet thanks that this sonic torture has mercifully ended.
Okay, we didn't have to go psycho.
Then she drops it. You hear the cursed hard candy bounce onto the floor. Oh gosh darn it, the woman mutters, before reaching into her purse and pulling out another cough drop.
Duh.
And the agonizing unwrapping process begins again. Next. Button. Next.
Oh, okay.
My day off work.
Now what's
Heading.
going to happen? We're still not, I'm just kind of eyeballing the screen and I don't see any choices, so will my sanity stay intact? Let's find out.
This happens 2 more times. Even her own husband is starting to lose patience. But just as it looks like fisticuffs might be making an appearance, something happens to end the whole process. The play ends. That's right, this has gone on so long, and you've become so transfixed by it, that virtually an entire play about Canadian snowbirds turned unwilling drug dealers has come and gone.
Aw, that, like I said, that actually kind of sounds... I might even be interested in seeing that. That sounds kind of amusing.
The lights go up, everyone applauds, and your day comes to an end. Next. Button.
Huh.
Next. My day off work.
Okay.
Your day off work is over. Thanks for playing and please play again. There's always a lot more to discover, no matter how many points you scored. This time, you finished with 15 points.
Okay, what is the max?
There's a ton more out there. This is also the most common result.
Really?
This time, there's a ton more out there. This is also the most common result. And button.
Huh.
And
Okay, so now we're getting some stats here, I think.
my day off. We hope you've enjoyed playing. My day off work.
Okay.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend this game to a friend? 10, most likely. 9, radio button, unchecked. 2 of 11.
You'll go 9.
Checked. Page 2 of 2. 5, radio button. 4, 3, 2, 1, no response. Next, button. Next. My day off work. Great. Please post a review of this version of the game on the App Store. It really. Review this game. Next, button.
Next.
App Store. App Store. Back button.
Okay, so there is a link right there to the App Store. We're not going to do that right now.
My day off work. Next, button. Next.
Okay, I told
My
you
day off work. Choice of games releases new games like this one on a regular basis.
Oh, this is another one of those choice of. I didn't realize that.
Click here to subscribe to our mailing list. We will notify you when our next game is ready.
No, we're not going to do that.
Subscribe button. No, thanks button.
No,
thanks for playing.
Thank ye.
My day off. Thanks for playing. Play again. Radio. Play more games like this. Share this game with friends. Email me when new game. Next button.
Let's just say next.
Checked. Next. But play again. Play more games like this.
We'll just wrap it up here. So, I didn't do a lot of talking in there. I mean, like I said, it was just kind of a straightforward reading. And, like I said, it plays like I wouldn't say like a visual novel, but like I said, just a text-based adventure game. They did have some interesting choices. Like I said, just watching out, and I was just joking. I'm like, oh yeah, we'll just what of course, what are we going to use the computer for? Porn, yeah, yeah, that was an option. Uptown, there were tons of choices. Downtown, there were tons of choices. Maybe I could have done some. Maybe if I would have pet the dog, maybe she would have wanted to do something, and with that, I would have done something with that lady, or maybe she would have accompanied me to, like, if I decided to go to the park, or maybe go to the museum, or I don't know. There's all kinds of different paths that it could take, but I can see this being, let's say you have, I don't know, what is this, probably like an hour-long video. I could see this, you got an hour to kill, you just want to kick back and play some random story. It's very, I mean, it's very linear in the fact that, like, you have, like, you just choose some choices there. When I thought about Alter Ego, the thing that was neat about that is, like, you had literally all of these different, throughout the stages of your life. It wasn't just choosing, okay, we're going to do this sequential thing to that sequential thing. You choose basically these broad categories of things and kind of see what happens. I'm sure if you played the game enough, you could memorize, oh, this event goes to this and that icon goes to that. And then you had to also, like I said, you had these side things that you could try to dedicate to, getting a job, and, if you're looking for, for marriage or whatever. There's just another layer to what would be, your traditional text adventure. But yeah, this one wasn't too bad. I like some of the humor in there, some of the reactions, and some of the. I would be curious just to kind of play this again in just a different scenario, take it in a totally different direction. Maybe leave the house earlier just so that I have that many more things to do. I'm kind of bummed that it said, oh, this is the most common ending. And I would kind of think so because, I kind of stuck to the path pretty much. But, yeah, anyway, that is an accessible text adventure from the Choice of series of games, apparently. It is called A Day Off Work, or is it A Day Off Work or My Day Off Work? I think it's My Day Off Work.
My Day Off Work.
Yeah, My Day Off Work. My bad. And is available for free to try on the App Store right now, or you can pay the $4, get rid of any ads, and support the developer. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. And until next time, I will talk to you guys again later.